Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Almas Radifa, and today I'm gonna explain about the feature of CodeIgniter and the installation. But first, the introduction. Framework are the key importance for developing large-scale object-oriented software system. They promise higher productivity and shorter time to market through design and code reuse. CodeIgniter is a PHP framework which is developed by Alice Lab. It needs to extract configuration. You don't need to use command line. It is extremely light. It provides a rich set of libraries and commonly needed tasks, as well as simple interface or logical structure access this library. CodeIgniter face challenge you to find a framework that has a better performance than CodeIgniter. CodeIgniter supports MVC, use the model view control approach. CodeIgniter thoroughly document. CodeIgniter has a friendly community of users. PHP 5 is the dozy of scripting and language for building a size of the art dynamic web-based application. It is a rapport with HTML. It's a top-notch, plus it's a great language for honing your OOP skills. It's touch secure in intuitive for many of use. The only server-side language for our needs make coding in PHP simple, quick, and user-friendly. Underpins a model view control MVC approach to web development. The best practice philosophy and develop should adhere to its build aligner, easy to use a folder structure. It's open source and simple and to configure it and customize for your own needs. You can construct your own cleaner URL lines in CodeIgniter. For this, we create a control model and view, as well as the database hold the information. Feature of CodeIgniter. First is free to use. It is licensed under MIT license, so it's free to use. Second is the follows MVC pattern. It is the model view control, which basically separates logic and presentation parts. Requests come to control. Database action is performed through model, and output is displayed through views. But it's normal PHP scripting. Every page represents MVC, which increases complexity. The third one is lightweight. It is extremely lightweighted, but in the core system require a very small library. Other library may be added upon dynamic requests based upon your needs. That is why it's quite fast and lightweighted. The fourth one is generate friendly URLs. URLs generated by CodeIgniter are search engine friendly and clean. It is just a segment-based approach rather than a standard query-based approach. And the last one is built-in libraries. It comes with full package library that enable all the web model tasks like database, from validation, sending email, manipulating image, and sending emails. Installation. The first is download CodeIgniter in the official website. Download current version of the CodeIgniter and then unzip CodeIgniter package download. CodeIgniter will be zipped in format. Copy and place your htdocs folder. For example, is like in this fig 1 or this fig 1 unzip CodeIgniter. And then the second one is now CodeIgniter user guide to browser type localhost CodeIgniter. After localhost, type name of your unzip folder. Then CodeIgniter is successfully installed, like in the second fig 2 installation of CodeIgniter. And then the third one is then set the base URL in the application /config.php file with any text editor, like in the figure 3. And then the fourth part is you need to establish the connectivity to your database. Go to the path application config / database php.php file. I think that's all for me. Next, my partner gonna explain the rest of the project.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rafly. I'm going to explaining about the file structure of CodeIgniter and the MVC itself. The file structure of CodeIgniter mainly divided into three parts: application, system, and user guide. First, the application. The application folder itself is the main folder where we develop our project. It contains the model view and controller, the configuration and metadata file. It also contains project that you're working on cache. Cache stores the process data so that the app that being developed can easily be loaded within no time for future use. And it also increases the speed of the access of the page. On this folder also there's config where it contains a lot of configuration. Second, there's a system folder. The system folder itself is one of the part of the mainframe. Framework. That makes coding easy. It contains CodeIgniter core class, so it shouldn't be changed by any means. It also contains folder like font, cookie, that the language, library, some things like that. The last one is the user guide. The downloaded version of the CodeIgniter comes with the user guide. In case of any trouble or question, there is a guide in here to how to select a query or use the function library of the CodeIgniter. Now we move on to the MVC. What is the MVC? MVC stands for the Model, View, and Controller. It's a programming pattern that used to develop a web application. This pattern is separate the UI and the front end or with the and back end. First one is the model. Model itself is represent of the data, the logic, the logic of the application. So every time there is something like property or data, this is the architecture for that. Second is view. View is the front end part of the MVC. It also known as the UI. The view is the information that being presented to a user. Normally is a web page, but in CodeIgniter, a view can also be a page fragment like a header or footer. This can help displaying data and the interface that user can control. Last one is the controller. The controller act like a bridge between the view and the model. So every time the user from view want to view this data, the controller pulls the data from the model and then present it to the view, so the view can present it to the user. A simple way to think how this tree work is a user interact with the view by, for example, clicking link or submitting a form, and then the controller handles the user command or the input, transfer it to the model, and then the model receive the information from the controller, update its state, and then send the required data or send the update from its state to the controller, so the controller can send it to the view so it can represent to the user. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.